Ladies and gentlemen, this is it. This is the last best of 3 of the Blizzard Warcraft 3 Invitational. 2 days of fun, 2 days of nostalgia, 2 days of amazing games that we've witnessed here. And now it comes all down to this one single last best of 3. Since Happy's return, we're waiting for his big challenge on offline events. And now we have it. And his challenge is Lin. My co-casters for this epic conclusion of this event, no other than Mr. Grubby and Remo.
Yeah, this is the game that holds the most promise for the highest level of play. We've had a few team games, a few fun games. We've had some legends. We've had amazing games all around. But this is, this is where the crux really lies. This is what the hardcore fans, which I believe we all three are, really want to see, the highest level of play. I expect these guys to show up in top form. And if they do, this is going to be a blast.
Tell me why the two of you are so excited about Happy versus Lin specifically.
So the thing with Happy is that he, since his comeback, only played online tournaments. And that means he basically played only European competition because he thinks, I can't compete on Netty, so I don't play Chinese tournaments because I rely heavily on my micro. And if I play on Netties, I have a ping of 200, and you will agree that this is not really possible if you think so. It's really hard.
And I agree that Happy's micro is phenomenal.
Yeah. So he was playing against Focus and Jara Cups, and it was really close. But in the end, Happy was just better, and sometimes he had a ping advantage, but it was never even. It was never fair conditions to any of them. And now he is facing most likely the best orc in the world, as the best undead in the world that he is. So it is one of our best matchups, I guess, that we have in the scene, and those are the best players in that matchup, so it really can't get much better.
So not only Happy hasn't played a lot at LAN, they're going to have equal conditions, no ping, the two best players facing against each other in a matchup that used to be, like you guys said, used to be heavily tilted towards orc, but has really evened out over the last times. I'm excited too. Yeah. Lin, he came back from a stint in the army, correct? Yes. And he became good so rapidly.
It was insane. We have seen many Koreans coming back from the army, like Moon, like Remind, Focus. They were all struggling in the first few months because, of course, you were rusty.
Yeah.
When you're at the army, you don't really play Warcraft. In your free time, you go back to your family and have some fun with your friends. But Lin came back, and it was like he was never gone. From moment one on, he was wrecking through the scene. It was unbelievable.
It was absurd. It was like, it was almost better than we remember him leaving. There was this Clanwar competition that was going on in China at that time, right when he came back. It was the China versus Korea Clanwar. And they had a number of competitions over a number of weeks, or at least days. They had like the typical WC3INV format, but what was craziest, and there he did really well, and then show matches. But the craziest was NGL format. You remember that, right?
It's the winner stays on.
Exactly. It's King of the Hill. The winner stays on, and then the other team gets to counterpick, basically. They get to send in the counter player choice and the counter map. And he won 9 in a row. Can you imagine that? You get counterpicked 8 times, and you win every single time. And he just came back from the army, and they were like, how bad has everyone gotten that Lin is so good still?
And it was against Chinese Elite. It was TH, it was Infi, it was 120's life. It was the best that China had to offer.
So what do we learn? Sometimes a break can do the mind some good.
Yeah.
But still impressive. And he came up with some new creep routes.
Yes, he's rather untwisted.
The burrow creeping on the rock column at the laboratory. He had the watchtower on Knollwood, of course. Has been done before, but still, people weren't
brought it back.
Doing it that much anymore.
Also, he got some pretty interesting things like Zeppelin with Kodos against human. So he dropped the Kodo and flew them back once he ate.
Yeah. Ate some spell breakers, hightailed it out with the Zeppelin.
Speed scroll, super fast. Of course, requires a lot of APM, good micro, excellent precision. But Lin, of course, he's like Happy, renowned for his micro. And you just remind me of a game that I'm pretty sure it was Lin. Tower creeping, that's something that he did on AZ as well.
Oh, I was only on the left.
On the right it was, the game I saw. Yeah, it was on the right.
At the red spot.
Certainly has come up with a few specialties, almost gimmicks you could call it every now and then, despite the fact that he doesn't need them. Like, he is so solid through and through. Still, something that we keep referring to, Lin is like so legendary, you know, so much has happened with him. Still the only orc who has ever been able to win an orc mirror fight without a Blade Master. To this day, we don't understand how that worked. It was a million years ago in Secret Valley.
WC3INV.
Yeah. This is the coolest game probably we're gonna have to show for you. We're hyping it up a lot, so I hope it's not gonna be like a quick 30-minute affair of 2-0.
That's part always fair in love and war, you know. So if that's what it's gonna be, it is fated that way. Either way, it will be the decider of the series.
Yeah, it is 2-2 at the moment. Europe was down 1-0 after Lawlight defeated Affect. Then Foggy came back with a very decisive victory over Focus with a 2-0. Then another Night Elf win for Korea, Remind crushing over Hawk, and then we just saw the 2-2. Happy seems to be in a good shape as his timings with Foggy were great. And speaking for Europe, I hope his timings are great as well. He will need it. The game is starting. Oh boy, am I excited for this.
I'm so looking forward to this, man.
It's going to be the Orc versus Undead matchup as the map identifies itself as Turtle Rock. It's going to be the opening map. I can see the graveyard opening for Happy. So he's going to start with quick Crypt Fiends and with a slower hero. Focused towards creeping.
Yep, we have seen as the meta developed in this matchup, as it was getting better for Undead, more and more fast altar with quick scouting, creeping with only Rods of Necromancy. That is pretty much impossible here, though, because this is one of the few maps where we have absolutely zero critters. You can do it with like a ghoul at the first camp, but it's not ideal. So Happy will be going for creeping first. As you said, this will result in a later tech, though. Nowadays, orcs pretty much always go for the one burrow tech. And that could give Lin a big, a fast second hero advantage. In the past, it used to be something that orcs like to play aggressively with speed scroll, with Hex, trying to look for damage. But nowadays, it seems to be all about creeping, because it seems like when you don't get that damage in, when you don't get those fiend kills, suddenly you're left with a weak Shadow Hunter, and oh my god, I have to stop myself mid-sentence here. Because it's no Blade Master, it's a Farseer.
So the Farseer got some buffs in 1.29. Feral Spirits got 50 more life each. They give a little bit less experience, and they get more HP at the subsequent levels as well. Nonetheless, Farseer is not just rare in general, but against Undead and by Lin, it is very uncommon. So this is exciting to see coming out, and we'll see whether he goes for the 1 or the 2 burrow tech. I feel like he has made the second burrow on account of not having the resources. So just to sketch it for people, if you go with the double burrow, that means you will have a second grunt either right before or after your tech, and you'll have enough space and resources for grunts to have up to 4 by the time you start considering new routes of tech. When you make that much tier 1, you need to have one of 2 things happen. Either you need to do significant damage to the opponent to push around with your map control with that bonus firepower that you have, or it's for defense, or you're gonna creep. Either way, you need to get something done with it. If you just go AFK with it, that's terrible. Whereas the quick tech that you were talking about, Remo Demo, that one would be more entrenched in getting value at tier 2 instead of tier 1. You're less pressured early game to make something happen, but you also have less power.
Yep, and all the points you bring up here are absolutely valid strategically. I wonder if it also tells us something about the mindset for Lin. Like, does he have to blindside Happy with a perhaps speed scroll, harassment with chain lightning into the acolytes? Does he feel like he has to quote unquote cheese in that way to stand a chance?
So it's not necessarily a cheese if you as long as you make sure as a player to layer your threat levels subsequently. So you start with the chain lightning harass, for instance, and then you immediately have a follow-up plan. For example, let's say when night falls, Lin gets a Staff of Teleportation. He runs into the base of Undead, chain lightnings the acolytes with wolves, and then he staffs to the expansion that we're looking at now. That would be called a 2-layered plan, where right after harassing, forcing the Undead to come home, Lin would teleport to the expansion and get that on lockdown. Instead, we can see a totally different plan. The expansion will be prepped at least, but the Skeleton Scout is good by Happy. The Farseers drop low, and even if he heal souls himself, DK is coming, and he's out for blood.
This is a pretty insane creep route by Lin. We haven't seen that before. Of course, we don't see Farseer that often. This is not possible with the Blade Master, really. Usually you save that one for the second hero and creep it there, but Happy finds him. He was most likely wondering, where's the Blade Master? Where's the harass? I'm expecting this. Okay, then he must be busy on his side of the map. Coil hits him.
Look at that micro by Happy, getting the Rod of Necromancy Skeleton in perfect position. He makes a mistake and he lets the body block end. It's a little bit tough there due to the terrain. It's not actual high ground, but it warps the vision. And there were also trees. So that was pretty much a 9 out of 10 difficulty level continued body block, and he didn't manage to keep it up. Still gets a bit of good damage on the grunt, and Lin makes it out with most of his units, well, with all of his units not dead. But he also has no healing salves left in order to continue healing up some of those hurt grunts. We can see now he's in position to attack the Acolytes. He wants to get level 3 Farseer. Probably will skill Chain Lightning level 2, so that he can go in and deal some damage to the Acolytes potentially. But with the position of Happy, Lin is forced to pull back. He never finished that creep camp, so even if he had wanted to expand, that is also not an option. So Lin now at tier 2 is going to decide what will come next. Is it tier 3, TC, Shadow Hunter, Double Bestiary? We're off the game plan here, because Lin normally doesn't do this.
There's a funny story from the Natty's ladder. Of course, they met there a few times, Happy and Lin. And in recent months, though, Happy immediately left the games when he saw that it's Lin. And I asked, why is that happening? Yeah, and Lin said, yeah, Happy thinks I'm always playing Mass Raider. He doesn't want to play against me, so he always leaves.
That's something that I can actually relate to, though. And we're going to see that here as well. It may be a little less common, I guess, with a Farseer, but by no means out of the question.
Well, we can see that Lin has started a Bestiary and a TC, but he's got enough resources to have either started a second Bestiary, a Lodge, tier 3, or an expansion. And one has to wonder, what are you saving up for? Has neither made the War Mail, nor is he queuing up another Grunt. So I feel like Happy in some way has foiled Lin's initial plans a bit. The plan is to expand, but that delay that Happy did by, first of all, good Rod of Necromancy Scout, then the commitment to go across the map and to harass Orc, knowing heal salve will be key in order to lick his wounds, and then he interrupted the creeping. So Lin needed this expansion 30 seconds ago? 60? 90? That's the depth of defeat that Lin has suffered here so far. That delay.
He did sacrifice, most notably, however, experience on the DK. He was level 1 for a very long time, in fact becoming aggressive on level 1 only. But the most important step towards betterment is being accomplished here, because the DK will be level 3. Of course, level 4 would be nice, but not really necessary. The Farseer is level 3 already, and he gets a big upgrade on level 4 with the Chain Lightning, which, by the way, has also been buffed slightly. TC now finds a lot of creeping as well. At the back of the turtle, pretty easy to do that with grunts, thanks to the medium armor on the giant turtles. And once again, Skeleton sees what's going on.
This is like the specialty of 120 and Happy, the two best undeads in the world. Their scouting with skeletons is so beyond everybody else. They're always there when something is happening. They know everything. Like, they have so much info and they can react so quickly, and that's what makes them so strong. Yeah,
very good to point that out, Neo, because this feels so different. When I came back to Warcraft 3 a couple of years ago, and I see these rods of necromancy scouting out my position with the skeletons, continuing to show even my most nefarious plans, I know, because they know, it has already in some way invalidated what I was trying to do. Before, maybe I felt I'm getting away with that kind of stuff. And these skeletons, if Lin wasn't here, they would pressure the Great Hall. They would take out hundreds and hundreds of points of damage off of that Great Hall, HP as it were, and that would make it easier to kill it later on. And it also makes it harder to attack the undead base. Very important camp here for Happy. What is he? Oh, the command aura, 10% bonus damage on everything. He doesn't get to have a very needed rune of healing. Lin will steal this, and he will also pull away the Farseer to make sure that the TC gains 100% of the remaining experience. And I think that will put him at 2.9.
Grubby, what do you think about the hero combo here? It's Farseer and TC. This is the opposite of what we usually see, as normally it's the Blade Master and the Shadow Hunter.
Yeah.
With the Farseer being so squishy, isn't there a need for heal wave?
Yeah, it's true what you say. The Farseer is squishy. His only saving grace is that he is ranged. And in that sense, normally against Undead, you pretty much need 1 or 2 invul all the time. And that's still the case. You put the invulnerability on TC, and the Farseer kind of stays away, using that range, leveraging that to stay safer. But depending on the fight, he does indeed become a very valid target. And we can see that starting to happen now. Lin knows he's going to be TPing out of here. And he's going to do just that, and he will confirm the kill on the Slaughterhouse.
That's big.
That's a really big deal.
That's orc experience right there, seeing that was going to be.
It's a very important skill. On your resume, if you want to join the orc force, they will make you do these estimates ad nauseum. If you get it wrong, you don't get hired.
So, Destroyer form upgrade did not finish, correct?
Nope.
I would say so, yeah.
And he can't get more stat hues now, which is pretty bad as well for Happy.
But let's look at this. If Lin doesn't kill a skeleton, TC is level 2 all the time. We don't know his second ability. It's probably a War Stomp, but it could in theory be Shockwave.
Lin, by the way, has double barracks just finished.
Yeah, he's gonna go double barracks headhunters. Because he's in the Stone Age, having expanded, he doesn't get to benefit from tier 3. So he has to make more basic units. Double Bestiary is a bit easier countered and is low on DPS, so he has decided to add a very uncommon second barracks. TC gets focused heavily, drinks a healing potion, but he will be a valid attack target in a bit again. For now, Happy's focusing Raiders and doing a really solid job of it, continuing to renew pressure on the TC.
That call just barely saves the Lich. By the way, fighting here without a third hero is the Undead. I can't help but feel that this would have been a big upgrade for Happy, but he's fighting with only the 2 that he has, and now the DK uses the last bit of his mana. No more coils to be using, and despite the tech of the Orc being not really that amazing, the numbers are sufficient. Oh, the Lich in trouble.
So this is very funny. He actually War Stomped on one of the burrowed Crypt Fiends.
Ah, yeah.
So burrowed Crypt Fiends do not teleport with, but they can't get stunned. So he could actually not unburrow it in time, something he ideally would have liked to do so that he can use it for creeping. But because of the stomp, he couldn't rescue it on time. Happy is down to 31 food. One Crypt Fiend is marooned on an island, and the other one is in the belly of a Kodo. So essentially, he's 28 food, with only 25 of that being usable. Lin has an expansion, 50 food, and it looks like he has cracked the code of this game.
Yeah, we just saw how important it was that Lin cancelled the Slaughterhouse or killed the Slaughterhouse plus the Destroyer upgrade. The Destroyers were heavily lacking in that fight, I guess. No Orb of Annihilation, no big magic damage against this army. And now he has to research this again, and he just lacks the supply, he lacks the statues.
And it takes so long for Happy to get back into this. Keep in mind, he used 2 ghouls in that attack. That makes it a little bit more all-in than it might have otherwise been. Look at his lumber count, 63. He's not even able to add a third hero, even if he would have liked to.
A third hero can still, even in such a late stage on level 1, be a big upgrade to the Undead army. Because either it's Pitlord with Howl of Terror, perhaps the best 1-point skill wonder in big army fights. 30% damage reduction is a big deal. And of course, Silence against a TC who's running into Stomp is always going to be very effective. But I worry more about the army than the heroes, because the numbers are really starting to run away from Happy here.
Yeah, I don't know the upgrades for the Orc army, but it would be meta to make maybe 1 armor upgrade for the grunts. We don't know at the moment. No upgrades yet. Headhunters don't have any attack yet. But mostly he's just trying to mass as many numbers as possible to secure that which he was at the crux of his game plan, which is the expansion. The worst item for now finds a Crystal Orb, not going to help at all in this fight. Does he have TP on the Farseer? Yes, he does. So he's going to scramble to the defense here. We should see a TP out by the DK, but very smart actually from Happy. He knew Lin is going to TP in an aggressive position. So he stayed, knowing he will not be surrounded immediately. And this is a bit of a gamble, and it's not going to pay off. He will not be able to kill this Great Hole. At the same time, though, he's using a very natural choke of this Great Hole to try and get a little bit of value. Kill a few units here and there.
But this seems like the death throw is here for Happy. I don't even know if he has a TP. He does have one. He can evacuate, but he has traded very poorly here. The Lich in trouble again. Fog Lightning, Chain Lightning.
Use the Beast Scroll to secure the kill. It was just barely not enough.
Almost did it.
I mean, a few of those beastly head into spears were mid-air to the Lich, who had 20 life by the time it came out. It is a big investment, Scroll of the Beast, but I totally dig that move. If he kills the Lich there, that pretty much is the nail in the coffin.
Isn't it great what Happy did there? Like, of course he knew he was forced into a town portal sooner or later, but with the choke, as you mentioned, he was able to like kill 3-4 units and then town portal out, so the TP was not for nothing, and he actually had a trade, and Lin before was at like 61, 62 supply, and now it's closer again.
So smart. And keep in mind, ladies and gents, Lin is on upkeep. Anytime you're over 50 food, you lose 30% of your income. So although he has 2 bases, having double the amount of resources of Happy, it only counts as 140% of the income that Happy has, because Happy is not over upkeep. So he's only mining 40% more, not double. So as long as Happy is that much more efficient in every engagement, killing, you know, more units than he loses, Happy can still hold his own and keep his footing in this match, and that's pretty impressive.
Here, the first level 5 hero is the Farseer, another expansion coming up by Lin.
He just started it like 10 seconds ago or something.
That's a good scout. It's right where he needs to be. Really impressive. Farseer's level 5 though, and he's gonna go with the Chain Lightning. As we see, the wolves are not like dark yet, that dark hue that they get when they're level 3. It gives them more damage, more HP, and also invisibility anytime they're not attacking. He's gonna go with the Chain Lightning level 3. More bounces, more damage. It's really good. TC is almost gonna be level 5.
And level 5 TC, that is a really strong.
Wow, really good item too.
Yeah, a lot more tanky.
You see, that's what I'm saying all the time. Talisman. Can work against fiends, it's good.
In that case, with so many 8 points and armor, it is a lot of
I see there's a little bit of friction here.
Alright, this truly is the last-ditch effort. We have a destroyer push coming the Orcs' way. Good choice to not go for those wolves here, as we can see with all this dispel. Can he do this somehow? Behind by 17 supply.
I think he gets the base.
Does he have a TP to evacuate?
Yeah.
He does.
Yeah, he's gonna get the base. He will just coil once on something high value. He's lost ghouls, their cannon fodder. He's gonna frost armor the Lich, move it back. He dodges the war stamp. No destroyers were lost. He kills the base, losing only 4 ghouls and nothing else.
No way.
Not even the
Don't tell
destroyer.
me he's winning this game.
Don't tell me to have hope again, Jimmy.
And I was like, this expo, doesn't this expose you to a timing when you
Nice
spend
pun.
so much money, you know, on a new base? I wonder if Lin was considering this possibility of just the base being sniped up there and having a backup base. If he did, man.
Yeah, I mean,
Smart, bro.
this is actually scary. Happy didn't get the perfect engagement every time. He lost his slaughterhouse in an exposed location, failing to scout for it, prepare for it, repair it, whatever. Lin did a great job there, cancelling that obsidian
And he's going to
statue
cancel this
production.
one.
Yeah, he's on time.
Or how much damage does it take from the skeleton? Maybe it finishes right now.
Maybe maximum 100, so it's still on time. This is
Or
scary
expose.
good timing.
Do take 5 minutes, I think it is.
Does Happy have like a metronome in his head for things like these?
Expansion is dead. Town portal in now. There's
Are
no
we?
bad riders against this. Focusing the Kodo Beast immediately. Oh, actually, he runs away with it.
Oh, he's gonna go for it!
They go for the Black Citadel. There was a storm, so no repair at the moment. Of course, Ensnare against this. And Chain Lightning. Acolytes are burning, and the Black Citadel is gone.
Okay, so another raider goes down, another raider goes down. So, okay, 3 acolytes, no main base, and you can still make statues though from not having tier 2.
Yes. But he can't remake the Acolyte, so that's going to be extremely expensive. Main gold mines still have quite a bit of money still left in them.
But look
Couldn't
at the food.
have Lin like fit in tier 3 somewhere, because Headhunters with Berserk upgrade, maybe with those he would be standing a good chance. I don't know.
Yeah,
Crazy game.
good point, Remo Demo. 100 health more on the Headhunters, the ability to turn on Berserk, which is a double-edged sword, because they will deal more damage, but they also take more. Instead of the third base, maybe Lin could have gone for tier 3, but he made his decisions full well knowing what it means, and this was his decision, and now he will reap the rewards.
Yeah. And hero focus gets so scary now, and remember, there's no healing or damage mitigation in the Orc army. The TC may be tanky in the front lines, but if this Farseer shows his face once in a bad position, it's scary. But we may not be going into real fights, we may just be going for the base.
Yep. Another Acolyte goes down.
Oh.
Every Acolyte... Okay, this is a full-blown elimination game. Suddenly the entire character of the game has changed. That Acolyte is actually in an inaccessible location, so that's pretty interesting. Had Happy lost the Acolyte, he would be 100% drawing dead in terms of economy, but now he still has a chance.
Farseer pops the invul, only 7 seconds though. There's more than enough mana to go for the nuke again. Can he transfer a heal potion? There we go. He actually had one, but no TP. He may still die after all, but actually, it's the Berserkers here taking the brunt of the damage. He can't deal with these destroyers.
Yeah, Happy gets another death coil off on the destroyer. His Lich is not really under any pressure. There are no torrents or grunts to take them out. In comes another destroyer. Every Hat Hunter has been murdered. Happy is pretty much equal in supply. Destroyers stand supreme and are uncontested. DK has a Talisman of Evasion. Such a good item that you agree, Remo.
How is this happening? I don't understand. Can he maybe return the favor here and go for a hero kill of his own? Lich hits level 5. The Farseer, Neo mentioned it to start this cast if he's ever out of position.
He can
gets
worst
focused.
him. He can worst him to DK.
He has the mana. He's not doing it though.
And mana potion on the Lich and the coil, and bye-bye Farseer.
Happy turns this game on its head. It's unbelievable what this little Russian is capable of. Here comes the block against the TC, and here comes the next Nova, and coil before the Stomp, and that Invo potion.
Coil before the Storm.
No more mana now on the undead side, but they're fast. But so is the TC. He has been buffed.
Lich has been buffed as well.
He's gonna die. There's no way around it. Heal potion, last second, speed scroll, something! Buy something! TP, speed scroll. And now let's get the hell out of here.
Okay. And we see that Lin is still mining bottom left. He's got enough resources for his Farseer. Now, the most efficient mining would be to drop the Gauntlet of Strength, but he doesn't have that freedom. He has to run away. Happy did get revealed, and we see the production of Raiders. So Lin. Oh, hello. Oh, 4 HP.
Invis potion something.
Panic,
Invis
panic,
cooldown.
panic.
That's not enough.
He doesn't have the mana. Staff out. One more hit. Could do it. He gets the hero kill. The Raider, of course, stands no chance. Is gonna fall. He needs to kill the buildings. There's no way Lin can hope to win a straight-up fight anymore.
I mean, did he just eat the final Acolyte? He did. Show me that Kodo. So if he can kill that Kodo on time, he can still eventually expand.
This is ridiculous. He has enough money to get his heroes back. If only he had Invis Wolves now.
That's my Acolyte. He followed me. And he shall be saved.
Oh my god.
TC is back, baby. Tam Wind Totem once more onto the breach, dear friends. Here we go. He's gonna try to eliminate Happy.
Save the Acolyte. Save the Private Ryan, dude.
Frost armor.
Where's the DK? Coil him! Save him! There's no saving that guy.
Okay, so Happy definitively is down on exactly what we see. No Acolytes, no mining, no bases, nothing. Whereas Lin is still mining a little bit, by the skin of his teeth. 3 peons, not the greatest day for them, with destroyers shooting at them.
Happy also doesn't have a statue, right?
No, and that's a big deal.
He could make one though. No, he's supply stuck.
Usually in late game undead games, the statue is the saving grace, especially for mana regeneration for the Coil Nova.
Oh, he can just kill the hero. War Stomp is available. He needs to get this around. Wolves with this round, full body block. DK will try to go through the TC, but he can't. Lin turns it around once again.
Unbelievable. What are undeads without their Death Knight? Usually nothing.
And was this a necessary fight for
No.
Happy?
No.
The answer is no.
No. He needs to suicide one of the destroyers to get the DK back. How much gold is level 6 hero?
It's enough. He has enough, but will he keep his altar alive? The answer is no.
The altar is gone, in fact. Oh no, never mind, it's there.
He's going for the ziggurat.
He cannot self-kill Destroyer with Destroyer because they're magic immune. Haha!
And the Lich is way too far away, that's true. But what can he really do against
Kill me!
Kill me!
Kill me!
I am here! Kill me now!
Where are your towers?
But the ziggurat is gone, and so now it doesn't really matter anymore.
So we see everything. And we know that this DK at half-life would have had a much better day if he had gone home,
Dude.
stand on the Blight,
Wait a minute.
heal up, and wait.
Can the Lich defend this by himself? Probably
No.
not.
No.
There is one Nova.
But the funny thing is, Lich sold everything as if the bottleneck was gold, but it isn't. The bottleneck was food. He lost the cigarettes and he sold all these juicy items that made him feel a lot better about himself. Now he's got
Well, he
nothing.
can go for an Invo potion now,
And he
or
did.
Invis and something.
Good to speed, probably. Good item.
I like how he constantly cancels the healing with his destroyers.
So he's gonna get this Raider with a Nova.
Yeah, and then what does he have against the destroyers, guys?
Well, auto attacks from the Farseer.
Yeah, well, that's not that great.
If
So-
this is a draw, dude.
It could be. Wait. Yeah.
I mean,
Destroyers will
could
perma eat wolf harass.
He could send in one destroyer to take out the burrows, and then. Wait a minute. He can't attack the destroyers anymore. You attack, you kill the orc base with one destroyer, and you defend with the rest.
Yeah. Yeah. No. This no.
He has one. He has one raider. Excuse me.
Yeah. Plus the Farseer will beat the destroyer one-on-one.
All right, that's true. Yeah.
You could cycle in destroyers
yeah.
though.
Send him back to the blight.
And then ignore the Farseer, get 3 hits on Burrow and send it back. The Raider spoils things though.
There's one peon. He's
There's a
still
skirmish.
mining.
There's a skirmish. He will eat the speed scroll away from the TC. Lich cannot sustain too much damage. Isn't it incredible that we've had 3 to 4 complete turnarounds in this game and we can still not call the time of death?
unbelievable. This is everything that I was hoping for when I put these guys against each other.
He needs to, let's agree at least that he needs to keep 2 destroyers at home.
Yes, against the wolf harass, absolutely.
Bringing them all the time is not gonna work. The wolves... Lich is gonna get level 6 by the way.
Then we have Death and Decay and no Raider. Oh, this one's right.
Stomp.
Yeah, it was Stomp, okay.
Let's see, Death and Decay is available. Does he choose to go for it? Or will he upgrade Frost Armor 3?
He has mana potion. Invis potions. You can go for a sneaky execution on the TC here, perhaps.
Or maybe Death and Decay backdoor.
If Death and Decay decides a game...
Actually, Invis potion is a really good saving mechanic here, because it's unlikely that there's gonna be a dust
Yeah.
unless Lin identifies this.
But War Stamp reveals Invis,
What?
doesn't it?
No.
I don't think so.
It reveals Shadow Meld.
Don't be silly, Grubby.
Shadow Meld. Oh! Farseer.
Oh, yeah. He's
Does
on
he have
level
Farsight? You know, Farseer got buffed to Farsight. It's free these days. You just have to sacrifice a skill point. So if he gets level 6 somehow by killing 1 or 2 destroyers, he can reveal the Lich.
Is Happy going all in on this, or is the destroyer in the back?
Okay, focusing Farseer is a valid game plan. As is focusing Raider, good micro by Lich. Happy will choose to use some of his buildings as sacrifice. To say, yeah, I'll lose a few buildings here and there, but I've got a game plan. And he's brought 1 destroyer back. So 1 destroyer is sufficient to mitigate wolf harass. So you eat the wolves a little bit, they go to 60% life, you gain some magic damage, and you kill the rest. Happy's on the warpath, and actually, as much as it has swung, he's got a really good tool set here to deal with the game state.
Farseer is super low. There's no more mana for Nova, but I think he's pretty close, actually. The mana ball looks small, but he is very high mana.
He wants that Raider. He's about 5 mana away, 1 mana away, and there we go. He could
What the Farseer?
Invis.
He gets it! He gets the kill! Is that a 2 units around? Doesn't matter though, he doesn't have the damage to kill the Lich.
And there's a heal scroll, keep in mind. Invul as well.
Oh, he dodges
blocks
the
it.
stomp with the invul.
Perfect timing by Happy.
You gotta be kidding me.
This is insane. The final series of the day, and the
There's
most
one more
epic.
stomp. Does
And
more
Frost Armor.
damage now.
That's it.
He can't get him! There's no way! He gets away!
GG by
And he
Linden.
wins it in the end. Holy crap.
Speechless.
The craziest game we've had so far in this Invitational.
In this year. And some of the craziest games ever.
We have like 3 guys on this couch who have seen 10,000s, 100,000s of games, and we look at each other and we are amazed.
And the,
Isn't that the beauty of Warcraft 3?
and the awesome thing is, it wasn't just incredibly close, it was also incredibly well played
Yes.
from
both.
both sides. That one timing attack by Happy seemed weird, the way he was attacking without a 3rd hero. Maybe that wasn't the best choice. But man,
It depends how quickly Orc takes expansion. Like, the quicker they take it, the quicker Undead goes. Happy understands this like few others. Even the level 1 DK harass showed that Undeads are no longer Undeads of the past. Before, they would go early Crypt Graveyard, and their game plan was, let's get some creeps. I love DK level 3, I'm gonna mana potion, and I'm gonna coil everything. But they have become so adaptive. Scout, react to the situation, just like an RTS demands.
that was sick.
So Lynn's map choice now. Do you have the map on top of your head?
And they're over there.
Over there.
At the right, it says the different matchups and the maps remaining.
All right, so we are left with Terran Stand and Echo Isles.
The new Terranas, mind you, which has very strong drops, lots of consumables. And Echo, yeah.
Wouldn't be surprised to see Lin do some of those things that he kind of popularized, using Blade Master to snipe away high-value items from contested creep camps. Imagine he goes to the gold mine of Happy and takes that one, gets Book of the Dead or whatever, and then goes to his own, does the same. He always liked that kind of stuff.
Also on Terranas with the two big consumables in the middle of the map, I know there's a big mage with polymorph, but I can't imagine that he has ways to get past it and grab both of those consumables. I don't think Echo Isles is a good choice anymore, because of course you would go for Critical Strike because for a Blade Master because there's so many claws on this map, but claws don't work with Critical Strike anymore, so it's not that much of a damage boost as it was before.
Yep. That's certainly something that has become worse here with the patch, PTR 1.29. That map also has a lot more issues for Orc if we go into the newer meta. We kind of saw old meta, like Farseer, TC, Tier 2. We don't see this usually anymore. Usually nowadays it's, of course, Blade Master, SH, Tier 3, Triple Hero, TC. And on Echo, you usually never are able to reach level 3 Torrent Chieftain. But we are not going to Echo. We are going to Terran Stand LV, the latter version. It has been overhauled. It may still look the same, kind of, on the minimap, but pretty much everything has changed here.
Yeah, so the most notably, I would say, as concerning this matchup, the Goblin Laboratory has been moved to the left middle side of the map and the right middle side of the map. Before, it was tucked away in the back door of the main base. And what that meant was that oftentimes one of the favorite tricks for orcs would be to get a Goblin Sapper, speed scroll it into the Undead base. Now, Undead has to wall off their gold mine with ziggurats. Otherwise, Blade Master will get some free harass against Acolytes, and that was used against them. The ziggurats are linked, and you could blow up 2 ziggurats for free, well, not for free, but easily and cost efficiently with the Sapper. That's no longer possible. Even when it was, Happy was pretty good against it. He would put like 1 ghoul to chop wood there to have an early warning signal. What I can say here is that Lin is going with the quick lumber, and that means he wants to do an early shop, but still follow up with the barracks. He has sacrificed a little bit of gold. I'm assuming that he's going to drop down a barracks now, but the continued evidence shows the contrary. Blade Master harassed with items into 18 food tech possibly. No grunts.
Again, a very unusual opening build order for nowadays standards. Perhaps he doesn't want to go on the item hunt so much here because Terranas has always been a bad map for getting decent items via claws and gloves. Nowadays, I think it's even worse. As I said, lots of consumables here now, not so many level 2 permanent items.
Yeah,
Those
consumables better for Undead, I would say. The permanent items were better for Orc.
If I'm not mistaken, then there's a creep route possible where you can get claws +6, claws +9, and a chance for a Tome of Experience if you creep it well. If you that must be like in the bottom. One part of it is the expansion in the corner. I don't know if they changed it, but when I saw the map the first time, this was something that worried me a lot.
Well, Lin is going to go for the Sarklet. I'm not sure as to the creep route you're referring to. It could be valid. Few things to point out. Happy has a hole in his ziggurat line.
Yep.
So this is showing his inexperience with the new map.
I'm actually not sure if you can wall off the mine here. If it's impossible, that's not the greatest design choice for this map.
It looks possible to me. Move the shop to the left and then have this...
not when the shop needs to be there, but with the ziggurat further south.
Yeah. The ziggurat is
then
too high.
Then it should work, but maybe you need an extra ziggurat then. I'm not quite sure. This map has not been played
I think he messed up.
Yeah, probably.
As for Lin, he made some mistakes too. His tech was 4 seconds late. He had 220 lumber already, and also his shop was 2 seconds late, so he creeped a bit late. Small little beauty errors here that don't necessarily get punished.
This is the creep route that I was referring to. The first one was the Gloves of Haste. Second one is Claws +9.
God damn.
And at the Murloc in the upper left, he has the chance for a Tome of Experience. This is the second version of Terran Stand LV, so it got a little easier before. There were 3 assassins, so with the poison damage, it was harder for the Blade Master, but this seems to be very, very doable for him.
Yeah, I like this creep route. He didn't make any grunts, and he has more XP and better items than the DK. And he's quicker on the tech. The only thing Happy really has is more firepower with his units. But overall, I would say Lin got a fantastic opener.
A player's forces are
And
under
it
attack.
seems like Happy is very unfamiliar here with the creep route. Going
Yeah.
for the fast fiends, which usually enable you to take a harder creep camp first. Yet still going for the little green wizards, which are like the crappiest creep camp in the game. But now he's going for the Merc camp here. Consumable level 3 can drop. That's a greater mana potion, ideally, for the Blade Masters here to harass us.
That means no XP will be gained by Happy as of yet. He has to use coils on things he'd really rather not do. Every time hero levels up, his maximum mana pool goes up. And the current mana pool gets the same conversion in terms of the current pool. So if you use coils at level 1, it actually hurts your mana pool at level 2 extra much. I didn't explain it very well, but you would like to use as little mana as possible before you level up each time to make sure that you can use more afterwards.
Using the coil here aggressively on the Blade Masters, so not wanting to get bullied too much here, forcing him back, revealing him, so in case he comes in with a Windwalk again, they'll be able to see him coming.
So smart to keep the skeleton on the blade, you keep the vision, you prevent the healing salve from being used immediately, and it buys him enough time to get the level 5 creep, which I don't know if he coiled it.
Yep, he did.
So he just really wanted to make sure to create space between him and the blade. Sub-optimal body block, so he will not be able to get that crit fee. And there was a chance, maybe, as DK is running out of mana.
Does he not have a speed scroll? With that, it seems like he could commit.
Oh yeah, he does. He could kill 1 or 2 grunts.
So he gets the first one. Is he gonna chase further? No.
Ooh, he tags one of the grunts with Nerubian. It's temporarily slowed, but will not be able to get it because DK is getting so much damage from the blade.
With a good block here again, perhaps he can even get the second fee. No aura makes microing against this pretty hard again. Not the ideal creep route it seemed from Happy. Still stuck on only level 1. So is the blade, I guess. But he did get that 1 kill.
Immediate tier 3.
Player's forces are
Raiders?
under
Skipping
attack.
this. No, second hero is already out. Alright, I was like, what's going on here?
Yeah, really quick second hero. Shadow on the way, double heal solve and speed scroll. Cool crit fiend action, getting some cancels here and there. But the Shadow came out early. Did Happy anticipate this? He has to TP out, no? He's gonna lose everything.
Yeah.
He has to
Next is
TP.
ready. Oh, nice. Invul popped.
He will not TP.
Two fiends on the menu and he coils the wrong one. Hacks on the second. Beautiful play by Lin. Takes out so much of Happy's army. Down to 24. He gets the Revenge Glow on 1 gun, but what's it worth? He gets level 2 there. But the next fiend, if
Gonna
he's
die.
lucky,
Oh
yeah,
my god.
with the backstab dies as well. Lin slaughtering him here.
That's as bad as it gets, pretty much. He has
Well, the
no
good thing
more
is
mana.
it can't get any worse.
Well, the DK survived, you know?
Maybe.
Player's forces
Can it
are
though?
under attack.
Was that tech so much faster than usual? Because it looked like he was absolutely not expecting the SH to be there.
Yeah, it was. It was a shot single burrow tech.
Yeah.
So it's a good 30 seconds quicker at least. I think more, maybe 50 seconds quicker on the second hero. So
Compared
Happy
to the-
completely blindsided on the lack of grunts and how quickly Shadow would be coming. But as Neo already said, it just seems like there's a level of unfamiliarity for Happy with what could be the correct creep route. And it has been just bad ever since for Happy.
And now he's going to steal the big item here as well, which is the Health Stone. Going to help with survivability as he already seems to have enough damage on the blade. And the undead army consists of only skeletons still.
Yeah.
Rough game for Happy.
Well, we saw a pretty amazing comeback. This could be a start of that by Happy. He picked up a Tome of Experience.
And he's transitioning into Frenzy Ghouls by the looks of it.
Yeah, unless he made like very many just to get like some extra lumber and decided he has enough for now. He needs it for Sway.
Yeah, he has like 2 in the base still, so he has 6. Temple of the Damned early.
We need to see what that crypt was making. It actually was producing and then he cancelled it.
Okay.
Tier 3 is finishing. He probably wants to get the Frenzy going right away.
You really think full switch to that?
I mean, he has 6 ghouls. What else is he going to do with them? They're
Four.
worth... Yeah, I mean in total.
A player's
Alright,
in the
forces
he's got
are
2
under
mine.
One's
attack.
in
Yeah.
the base.
No, you're actually right, probably.
There was a time, half a year ago, when Happy did play quite a bit of Frenzy Ghouls in Jera Cup 4, and they looked fairly successful until all the orcs, until Focus came along and then destroyed it.
And what did he do that made it stop working?
TC third, Stomp, and Walkers, I think it was, with Spirit Link.
Really? Okay. So not like Wyvern or extra grunts or something?
He had a good number of grunts. I don't think Wind Riders were involved, but I may certainly be wrong about that. But what the ghouls are really good at is getting to the back line, and in that time, headhunters were definitely a lot played back then. With the threat of destroyers. So we don't see any headhunters at the moment. Frenzy Ghouls, of course, also very good against raiders and against heroes. I feel like Frenzy Ghouls sometimes are overlooked in terms of damage. They have really good DPS, but they are, of course, glass cannons. They pop very fast.
Yeah, that's true, and that's the problem. Blade is pretty stacked, got a class +9. You are quite right, Ghoul Frenzy's coming out, and it's the cheaper army to...
No way!
Alright, Blizzard, are you watching? I think you are, because that has to be fixed.
I would say that's probably an unintended
Players' forces
exploit.
are under attack.
Actually, didn't Terran Stand used to have that in the past?
Yeah, it was
Where you could-
patched, so it doesn't work anymore.
But then the map got changed. And well,
Then it's just
How does he know this? Like, this map is totally brand new.
he actually just told me about it. He's like, oh, he actually found this out less than 2 hours ago. He's like, yeah, you can do it on the left and on the right, and so he just dropped that with the Zeppelin guys. And let's see what it is in range of.
That's hilarious.
there's no destroyer.
A
There's
player's
no air
forces
at
are
all.
under attack.
There's no fiend to attack. What can he do?
I wonder when the peon pops out. Will he pop out in the woods down there, falling down because there's no space, or is there another little cubby hole for him to stand there repairing
Falling from the watchtower. Oh man.
all along the watchtower? And the town is under siege. Let's take a look at Lin's dirty handiwork.
He's over there! How did he get
Where-
teleported south?
Where's the peon?
He's further to the south.
Where?
There he is! He's on the other ledge!
I can do that.
He should go to the Olympics if he can jump that far.
So the tower is attacking acolytes,
Under attack.
and the Lich and the Dark Ranger are coming here to defend.
Uphill misses.
In the meantime, Lin is creeping to his heart's content as the entire undead army boos at this exploit.
Okay, Lich and Dark Ranger can take care of. Of course, it's fortified armor now, so it will take some time.
It's a good place to build watchtowers on hills. I
Don't
recommend it.
don't give them ideas, dude. Stop it.
No, you know,
You will see this
Lore.
all over PTR tomorrow.
in terms of lore.
In terms of lore, you might be right.
Okay, so the watchtower has been dealt with, but the peon has found a new place. Maybe he cuts this tree and kills the temple.
Speaking of the temple, we haven't mentioned it yet. Of course, he will produce banshees, not necros. That
Players'
would be
forces
insane.
are under
But
attack.
there is still no spirit walkers, right? So there will be curse on a lot, like especially the Blade Master, and with this will reduce the damage with a big mischance by like 1/3.
Yep. 33% miss chance, though sometimes it seems like 100%. when you're as Orc playing against this.
Rolling those dice.
Pretty cool army. I have to assume at least one heal scroll for Happy. We see Lich is level 3. No heal scroll on anyone, so this is a necessary cut he has to make. That's 2 goals ensnared in the front line.
Cyclone on the illusion of the DK. Now he finds the right one. TCA. You see the misses coming out. Blade Master at the moment is not doing any damage.
That's way more than 33%, no?
The ghouls have pretty much all been eliminated. In fact, the last one's gonna fall here. The heroes are still all super healthy. The DPS from the ghouls, the normal damage against the heroes, didn't seem to do too much. Dark Ranger, the front line, has to be microed back. Frost armor on her, but has Lin lost anything so far?
A unit at
A raider,
most,
maybe.
and he's got a Zeppelin to save even more. He's gonna kill that illusion.
Yeah, he's driving him back here. Barely any firepower left in the undead arsenal. Sometimes heroes are enough, like in the last game, but not in this one. Invul on the TC keeps him safe. That stomp could have been better, but use it, why not, if you have the mana. And Banshees are falling, only a single one out. 2 are left.
But guys, this is Happy. This is one of the best micros in the world, and he has statues, he has heroes, and he has banshees, and he can do a lot of great stuff with those units and heroes.
Yeah, this fight will not win itself by Lin. Keep in mind, Happy is probably aware that this expansion is not finished. There are a good 4 to 5 creep camps left on the
A
map,
player's forces are
and
under
this
attack.
expand is not finished. Happy is at 41 food against 54 from Lin.
Oh.
They both have triple hero. Happy can TP out as he grabs a camp. He will then go top right most likely to get more creeps. If
get
that
the statue
statue does
before.
not fall, Happy is actually in a really good place.
The strike not good enough here to find the kill. Was that the claw nerf, Neo? No, it
Possible.
wasn't. Had too much HP. He remade ghouls, of course, quick to reproduce, just as quick as they are to die. But now, is it time for the Tiny Great Hole? Does he have the money for it? Not
Soon.
really. Has to sell. No, has to just wait a little bit. And then...
He sold the parry after
A player's
fatality
forces
rather
are
than
under
something
attack.
like Wand of Mana Steal. Choices. So Lin buys the Tiny Great Hole at over 50 food. It costs 600 gold, 185 lumber, but he's been mining so little, so kind of it was like it costed like 800 gold. That's how much he's mined during this time. So it's an expensive expansion, but from now on it's gonna get better and better for Lin. He will start to once again mine 140% of Happy's income instead of 70%. Still, that's not enough against the cost-efficient opponent. If Happy occasionally gets a snipe on one of the units of Orc of Lin, he will be able to keep up. And he has just killed the Dark Wizard level 8 in the middle, getting another valuable creep camp. We're now looking
Expanded.
at the Mercenary camp, the Laboratory and the Gold Mine on the right side of the map. They are still up for grabs.
A
Happy has an
player's forces
expansion.
are under
No
attack.
way. Oh, wow.
It's been
And
running for a
holy
while.
mining already. When did he do that?
Oh man, this could totally catch Lin off guard. He may just be thinking defense all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would be. You know, in that situation, you just got attacked. You did pretty well, killed a lot of ghouls. You got your expansion, and now they have
Don't
the
tell me
same
this Happy's winning this
income.
again, dude.
Yeah, he is, right?
But the Zeppelin's scouting it.
Ah! That's the sound. That's the sound he made when he found that base.
So, more creeping. If the TC gets level 3 here, that's gonna be another big upgrade, and there it is. He has the invul. Shadowhunter is a bit of a weakness. He has no speed scroll, no potion to survive. If he's caught out of position, Silence Call Nova can end him quickly. And with no healing further, the Orc usually stands no chance.
Yeah, ideally you want an invul potion on every hero and 1 or 2 healing potions to go around as well. You know, that's just to be kind of safe.
Yeah.
But
I think he's playing it safe here. He went back to the base. That must be the potion that he required.
So Lin gets 2 very important creep camps, middle and top right. He's got the True Shot aura as well. the
Massive
TC.
training for
Master
the Banshees.
Banshees.
This is a long upgrade, though.
Yeah.
The fight may decide the game before it's finished.
But if we see possession and we get a Kodo aura for the undead or maybe a raider, this is so strong. But yeah, Lin has a good timing. He sees it now and he is attacking right in with a Wyvern for additional damage.
This
Yes,
is a really scary choke for both players. Happy with the back against the wall, not much space to maneuver, but Lin funneling in through a very narrow choke. Warstomp is going to be godlike.
Quite a few of these ghouls are still left alive. He's not really looking for the targets. They are going for the SH. That is the weakness, but the Zeppelin being used so quickly. Did he perhaps explode it on purpose? Probably not. But this fight seems to handily be going to the Orc, going for the SH again. Healing potion will be there. That was actually a heal wave. Zeppelin does die. He's dizzy now. Uh-oh. He's really slow. The heal wave is on cooldown. He's using the mana potion. He can't use it yet. Does he have the heal wave in time? He doesn't! The Farseer, the Shadowhunter dies.
They're clearly playing a different game here. Lin is like, I'll kill all your units, and Happy is like, I'll kill a hero. That looks like a pretty big Orc army here. The Horde is angry and ready for vengeance. Lich comes in with the invulnerability potion and will delay what seems to be the inevitable, as Lin's army is huge, and Blade Master and TC are whacking away.
DK does have the invul. We'll have to pop it here right now. People hopes to survive with these next couple of seconds. More units coming in with Banshees, but he has no more healing. Everything's low, no statues. The Blade Master is looking for the kill. The DK will certainly be the end if he falls, and that is the kill. Level up for the TC as well. That must be it now. Is there one more trick up Happy sleeve? I can't think of one. He's gonna lose the Dark Ranger here, it seems, as well, and the Lich. End snares after end snares coming in. The next hero kill, unless Emilian misses twice.
Well, you miss every hit you don't take, but some of the ones you do. Blade Master does not get the kill on the Lich, but without the DK here, this undead base is easy peasy for Lin.
The Lich with potions at his disposal. Can he do something? Invul is still ready. Has to pop it here to survive at least a little bit longer. 7 seconds is how long that one lasts, but he's still kind of surrounded, trying to get to the shop. He needs more healing potions, buying one, using one, surviving for a couple more seconds, but now he's truly surrounded. He can't get out of this. TC survives with his Inwell Stomp coming in, and that has to be it. GG. Lin equalizes.
We go full distance, baby, and what a game again this was. Back and forth, good strategical decisions. Happy playing an expansion and double Temple of the Damn Banshees. They're giving us everything, man. They are giving us everything.
We even had a new tower
Yes.
exposing itself before Blizzard itself. So
The initial creep route of Lin was really good. He had a very good early game with that Blade Master. And from then on, I think he had a lot of control in the game, right?
Yeah.
that SH timing that
Great
killed him.
control in the game. Massive follow-up kills with the Shadow on the Crypt Fiends. I would have tapped out if I was happy, but he stayed and he got back. It blows my mind. I mean, as a pro gamer, you have all these rules of thumb, and generally 1 or 2 Crypt Fiends death, for me, was the rule of thumb, like Undead can't win. He loses 3 and his TP, that which he was trying to save, got killed anyway, and he makes it back into the game with an expansion, roughly equal in supply, equal hero count, better tech. It's insane. And really, as almost perfectly as Happy played, and it's almost unfair to criticize, but just to somehow make sense of how he could lose this, and I'm not saying it was a throw. Lin hit a very great timing attack. Like, he recognized, right now I've got 70 food, you're going for the skies, I don't want to let you get there, I'm going to attack with a few wyverns before you have web, and so on and so forth. I feel, and I don't know if you guys agree, Double Temple, Master Banshee, and Shade at the same time was just slightly too comfortable. A little bit too geared towards the macro game. He gets another minute. Fantastic. But maybe, looking back, he would have liked to full produce from 1 temple, a bunch of more ghouls, bunch more items. What do you guys think?
Yeah, if he gets enough time there for the tech, for the master training, he can maybe get the damage in. I mean, he did have the ghouls. If they were able to connect, they can put in a lot of damage, but the TC stomps were just too good. It seems
so
like those ghouls were out of work
You
most
think
of the time.
maybe like massing ghouls wouldn't have done it either? He needed that heavy tech. That's a valid point too. Maybe
I don't know.
he just wasn't set up to get like a really good army now.
Yeah.
He needed that transition to the Banshees, was anyway his expert opinion, right? So
If he gets like
You're right.
2 or 3 possessions out, then the supply swings by 20, and that could change it around. And he tried. You can't really go for the master upgrade in 1 Banshee temple,
Yeah.
I guess, because it takes too much time, and then you can't get the reinforcements that you need for the next fight. So the second temple was actually necessary, I guess. Shade, I don't know, but it's not that big of an investment.
well, let's say if he did double temple, no master, got a bunch of Banshees,
and you have no possession.
yeah, no possession, just Banshees.
Yeah.
Damage, curse, some anti-magic for stomp, I don't know. But anyway, he made his choice and he had to live with it and die with it. And I must say, I'm still incredibly impressed by Happy despite the loss,
What?
but by Lin as
No
well.
way.
No way.
No.
We see it,
Can we
do
restart
not
the
believe
game,
it.
This is not. No, this is a misclick.
No.
You can't be serious.
A big smile on Lin's face over there. Who pointed it out? You pointed it out in a cast. Like, Lin was trying to make it work, right?
Yeah.
And it worked. and
What,
it
9
figured-
years
yeah.
ago?
In competitive format, Lin, as far as I know, at high level, there will always be some guys like, no, I played my neighbor with Shadowhunter first. It was really good. Sure, you
He
really good
confirmed
job.
it to me in a break we took. So
Good
he
job,
said,
Jimmy.
yeah.
But yeah, Lin is the only one that did this at Pro Play. Shadowhunter first, like against the Night Elf on Twisted.
But, like, he doesn't even have a barracks. What good is the region gonna do for him? It's not like he can trade so well with a Shadowhunter.
Okay, let's put on our tinfoil hats.
What the hell is going
Let's
on?
put on our tinfoil hats and hypothesize. Where could this lead to? So he hasn't got units, and Shadow creeps really poorly, even if he had grunts. So we see he's going over. I think we can agree he's not going to heal wave a full HP Shadow, and he's not going to heal wave the Death Knight. Serpent Wards would give experience to Happy, so we
like-
must conclude he has
A
Hex.
player's
Hex against
forces are
what?
under attack.
Acolytes? So you
Every
get
time, here's the thing. Every time Happy kills a creep, he will hex the DK simultaneously to prevent
He's hexing the Acolytes! I said it!
Yeah, and
What the hell?
The cool thing is, you do not get the idle notification when Hexed Acolyte returns to Acolyte-ness.
Okay.
So if you don't notice, you don't restore his work. But he did.
This is the most ridiculous series ever.
A player's forces are under attack.
Yeah, see? It's not mining. And you don't have the idle stat. Ah, Happy is too good.
I realized that the income was missing.
Anyway, he can hex the DK, and then if it... He wasn't the... Yeah! No one
Little
gets the
too late.
XP, by the way. Look, both heroes, no XP. Because hexed heroes don't get XP.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
So he doesn't get the steal. Hex. I don't know. We have to check the DK when he comes back. Oh.
You got it. All right, game over.
Next. Oh, wait, there's no next. Okay, I'll play it out.
A player's
Yeah, guys, this
forces
map
are
will
under
decide
attack.
the clan war. And Lynn decides to go for a Shadow Hunter first.
Ultra fast tech.
Yeah.
All right, we are officially in the Twilight Zone. What's the second hero here?
Alchemist.
Mass
Realistically,
heal.
I think realistically it has to be the TC. So you use the best support heroes for Orc together. The best starting heroes are Farseer and Blade, but you can see Lyn is kind of skipping the start. You see how that makes sense? He doesn't go grunts, doesn't creep, he's skipping the start. So he's going straight to support heroes. So I can only imagine he's going to get TC second, and he will have Hex, Stomp, Healing Wave, and Endurance Aura. All the best things in the Orc army. And then he gives up creeping ability from the Blade and Farseer and their scouting ability. No. No.
I like how everything was just invalidated, what you said the last 2 minutes. All right, so
A player's forces are
maybe this is going to be mirror image.
Yeah, I
have-
think so.
I have told you, right, in the game of Focus in the practice thing, he went for mirror image against Lolite, who was playing undead, and he used it to dodge coils, actually, and he did it so perfectly that it makes sense to use it.
But you can dodge them with Windwalk too. Except if you got dusted, I guess. Oh, that must be it, right?
Of course.
So no more coils. So the next hex is a Crypt Fiend kill. So that's the first result of this unusual starting hero. He didn't even have to hex for it. He could get a second, but coil will be back by that time.
Yeah.
I believe DK has maybe 65 mana.
I think it's dropping low, and the speed scroll is gone. If the Fiend had been a little bit faster for the block, perhaps he could have even gotten enough damage in.
Smart movement there by Lyn. In the north, there was a Fiend waiting. At the expansion was a Fiend waiting. So he goes to the south. Should be safe over there. He rushes tier 3. Remo, is this Torren?
What do you guys know that I don't?
If there ever was a game for
player's
it, then it
forces are
would be
under
this one,
attack.
I guess.
Well, he's got no War Mill yet.
Lyn played Torren once in a game against TH, and Remo is the
China
biggest
top.
is the biggest fan of Torren, and we missed that game because I don't know, we were in a plane or something, and
Bad excuse, guys.
All right, here we go. We have a Blade Master now. We have actually some damage in this Orc army. Did he bring a new speed scroll?
Always. So Orc never leaves the base without speed scroll.
He gets that one.
That's 2 Crypt Fiends total, isn't it?
Yeah.
Happy does not follow through. Lich will be out shortly, but not quite yet. Another Fiend goes down. That's a third.
he lost us again. Same as on Terran House.
Yeah.
And
Lich may get going over first here with how weak the Blade Master is.
The
Especially if we can
shadow.
get the SH. Not quite quick enough, though.
So Lyn is on the way to tier 3, and you guys said Torrents. I mean, I think it makes sense. The good old Shadow into Blades into Torrent.
he's going for a warmer.
Yeah.
What is going on?
Yeah, I think you predicted it perfectly. Oh, nearly got this around. Nice body blocks on that skeleton.
Wanna bet he has Nova first?
Maybe Dark Ritual.
He's
$5
blocking with a
Remo?
Fiend in front. He hasn't used Frost Armor yet.
Yeah, he wants to only use Nova if it is Nova.
Yeah, he
as
may
a
be holding
surprise.
on to the skill point.
Okay, there we
Alright, I told you. Frost Armor first.
Does he have dust? Even if he had it, would there be any point? Not really. Anyway, he doesn't have it.
All heroes are still level 1, by the way.
A player's
How much does
forces are
Totem
under
cost
attack.
in terms of lumber? Like 200, 175?
Okay, he totally does not have the lumber to do it.
Alright, third hero.
Well, he will. Actually, in 5 seconds, he could make it.
If I was the Orc here, I would totally mess this up later in the micro because I would always confuse F1 and F2.
Yeah, yeah.
know that?
I know what you mean, because They're forever linked to
Yeah.
the order of heroes.
Exactly.
Made.
So Happy's response is Slaughterhouse and an early Temple of the Damned. I don't really know if that's necessary to go for Banshees because the Blade Master is so low, doesn't have any items.
He smells the torrents coming, man.
But I mean, the damage is low. Why not make it low, you know?
That's right.
Banshees are always amazing against Orc. You don't even have to have a lot. Just 3 is enough usually to curse everything.
Yeah. The trend to start adding Banshees as a valid high-level strat probably started around, I want to say 2008. It was usually 50 food without, then double temple, mass Banshee to like 66 food with master upgrade. It was quite, you know, focused, but like you guys were just saying on the cast, one temple, a lot more common these days. Just add a few, get that curse value. It's a pretty cheap spell, and it's so great to kind of neuter the value of the Blade Master, getting that curse and miss value.
Blade Master ridiculously weak inventory, especially considering this is Echo Isles. This may change, of course, later. He's going to be creeping up more of those claws camps. He may still visit the marketplace later on. The TC is now out. And there's still quite a few creeps to go around here with the aggressive opening that we had.
I wonder if TC already bought Tiny Great Hall. He did stay at the base for a while, and he's creeping the expansion now. If you can look at the Tarn Chieftain
That would
and
be
look
so
at his
greedy.
infantry. No, he didn't. Yeah, it would be greedy. And he didn't. So, creeping. So, Echo is a pretty small map, and the distance to the other base is a little bit large. So, what it often evolves into in this matchup is trying to get as many creeps as you can. So, you kind of cut the map in half. Right side is mine, left side is yours. However, not everyone is a gentleman. And sometimes people try to steal each other's creep camps. And it looks like Happy, with his first Banshee, with 2 ghouls and a Dark Ranger,
It's a really scary push.
will find a very scary push timing, yes.
What level is the SH? Usually you have to be level 3 to defend this.
Yeah, he should be 3, but Blade is
Yeah.
only level 2.
Yes, okay. At least.
Off lightning, that helps.
This is
There's curse already on the Blade Master.
I mean, he doesn't do damage anyways.
Yeah, he has +0 damage at the moment.
Well, he's got the War Drums aura.
That's
And the orb, actually. He just grabbed it up.
But all of that is not going into crit.
Actually, Kodo aura is
You sure?
not. No, you're right. It's not. Yeah.
Oh, Blade Master in trouble.
right.
He has the invoke given over to the TC, who is silenced, by the way. He's waiting for the silence to wear off. Lasts a long time, though. Look at all of this damage. He's standing in the middle of everything. Finally gets the stomp of the Blade Master in trouble. 34 HP. He will survive. TC needs that invul now and will use it to survive. Kodo Beast next in focus. Silence to disable the healing, and now the TC in true danger. He eats the coil. He dies. Level 1 hero has fallen. At least he'll be back soon.
The
But now-
Windwalk actually disjointed some of the delayed range damage that was coming at him, so Blade didn't end up dying, but TC was left on the front line by himself. Happy's heroes are healthy. His army looks scary, and he's on the warpath. He killed the TC with some great micro, and will continue his onwards attack.
And more statues coming in. The Banshee getting intercepted there, so immediately... Oh, actually coils
Where's the
it.
purge? No
And the
purges.
statue is getting intercepted here. That's nice. One is remaining, but he can't heal mana and regen at the same time, and health at the same time.
Lin has not yet used Wand of Mana Steal on Shadow, which would be very useful to deny coils, Nova, etc., and to have more healing. But now almost everyone is out of mana.
Great speed scroll usage here gets the Blade Master and the Kodo both out of trouble.
TC is back.
Oh, Kodo pathing. No!
Oh, nice DK blocks. Kodo represents 20% damage increase to the entire army of Orc. It's a great kill for Happy if he can get this.
And he will.
Grubby gets saved.
Still very low on mana though is the Undead. He has the 1 statue for regen.
And Happy has a choice. Go home, get the small green camp at the bottom that drops the XP tome, or the bottom right. Oh, hello.
Why'd he borrow that one?
I guess he wanted to heal it.
Yeah.
But
Heal and scout for expansion. But somehow Lin became aware of it and dusted.
I imagine Happy grabbed up the invul. That's such a big deal here. On Echo it's only 1 shop, and hero focus always a danger for both of these races in this matchup.
Yeah, like Lightning Orb can remove Hex, But overall, there's a lot of crowd control on the side of Lin. Hex, Purge, and Warstomp. And he also has the right tool set to kill one of Happy's heroes. We hear a level up. That's Blade level 3, I suppose.
And also TC maybe?
I don't think so. He was like level 2 when he died.
No, he was level 1 when he died.
This could potentially be a huge creep jack. Happy starts it against the big turtle, maybe just sniping the item and then TP's out because there's so much disable with Stomp and Hacks that he can't really fight there.
First you go for the statues, always can't get coiled and a lot of regen. He's taking the fight here though. Happy is not leaving, not yet. He's fighting against the Gargantuan and the Orc on both sides.
Wow.
First statue is gonna fall.
And she falls to the turtle. Good job, turtle, says Lin. In the meantime, second statue is under assault. Shadowhunter is getting focused. He's got to be careful. Does he use the Wand of Mana Steel to... He's used it once so far. Now Lin will finish the final Banshees off. This is an amazing creep jack by Lin. And a bit of a misjudgment possibly by Happy to take this
very
fight.
Stubborn to stay in there.
Yeah, so eager to fight. Losing 2 statues, 3 Banshees, Crypt Fiend maybe. And what did he really kill? 3 Raiders? 2 Raiders?
And Lin has the money for a tiny Great Hall, dude.
Doesn't have the time though. Moving one hero all the way to his base, then here again, would not be cost efficient.
Now he has to TP. There's no way.
Yeah,
One unit and TP is Happy's goal here, right?
I think so, yeah.
Has no mana for the nuke though.
A little bit of damage helps as well. He just has to dodge the burrow with ensnare, and he did.
Oh, is he gonna get this one? A critical strike will perhaps do it.
Saves his army. Nothing left. Not too much remaining, but Lin is not going for the tiny Great Hall. This will take a lot of time, but it's way cheaper.
Well, Tiny
player's
Great Hall
forces are
costs
under attack.
215 gold more, but the Great Hall builds during 120 seconds, and I think you get 600 gold per minute, so it takes 2 minutes. So Tiny Great Hall, in short, is way better investment than the Great Hall to wait for it, except when you speak of like gold mines going empty 20 minutes later. But overall, this is generally a very poor place to go when you already have access to tier 3. However, he didn't know how long he was going to be fighting. He had the peon there, but like I said, he would have to walk up to his base, that's like 10 seconds, walk down 10 seconds, Tiny Great Hall builds 15, and he was still fighting. So he figured maybe just using the peon that I have here is a safer way to do it. Plus, it's slightly less upfront investment, so he's more adaptable now. He can cancel that base, he can go over 50 now, and he doesn't spend that 600 right to begin with. So that's, I think, Lin's thought process. And now he has to buy time.
It's going into try-hard mode. We don't take fights anymore. We harass the base. We saw pillage before, and now he wants to keep the undead on his side. Buy time for that expansion.
I want to remind you that Lin started this game with a Shadow Hunter first.
I know!
And this, like, his initial harass didn't really work out, and now we're 60 minutes in the game, and he has the lead in an expansion. This is unbelievable.
Loses Raider here, as
A lot of mana invested though. 2 coils and a Nova.
Silence could ruin Blade's day, so he has to do a preemptive Windwalk. Now, Kodos, they're always weak in this kind of hit-and-run scenario because they're always left behind, and they're easily sniped. No matter how many armor upgrades you have, they don't gain that bonus, they are unarmored, they're slow, they take bonus damage from piercing damage, so, and there's, yeah, so they get sniped easily. However, the ring around the rosy has ended. The Great Hall will finish before taking more than maximum maybe 100 damage. Not even. So it is finished, but it's not yet benefited. Lin, 7 food more. 4 of that is in production. 3 of that might be in peons. So basically we're looking at 2 equal armies here, with Lin's being a little bit less high-tech. He's got headhunters where Happy has Banshees.
If he cancels this Great Hall, of course, it's a perfect timing. He can't cancel it anymore. He can't get any resources back. He did mine maybe like 60 gold. And there's again this little choke. We've seen Happy win fights in there before.
Silence too late. Rare mistake. He does get the stomp of only level 1. Not going to be lasting for too much longer. The invul will have to come in. First statue is going to be dying quickly here. The end snare did the job. The Blade Master with the purge. Going for the second one. Getting rid of the regen very quickly. Blade Master now getting focused himself. Has a healing potion, I think it was. And now there's not too much damage, it seems, anymore from the nuke side, from the undead. The Blade Master gets away to safety. Heal wave coming in. TC though in trouble. He's eating the focus fire. I think he's gonna die here, and he will. Level 2 hero falls. SH next on the menu. He needs to be careful with the silence. This could be his end. But the Dark Ranger's out of mana, actually. Once again, the heroes have to run away, and the units only have to do it for Lin.
And they are doing well. He's eliminated all the Banshees. He has taken a 10-foot lead. Crypt Fiends are going down. Dark Ranger's low. Lich out of mana. Dark Ranger out of mana. DK's out of mana. And the Dark Ranger's getting attacked. Is there a town portal? Either way, it's too late for this little Dark Ranger.
Uh-oh, the Blade Master. There's
The
the
goals!
next to
The
prevent.
goals! The body block and the surround on the Shadow. He does not succeed in doing so.
DK has a lot of mana to work with. There's a lot of coils coming and potentially a lot of kills for Happy. This game is certainly not over. It's a 15 supply lead.
Curse the Blade. Didn't get to do it in time, but he has to run. He can't fight this. He's too low. The SH has one heal wave soon. Seems to have no clarities, no mana potions. Killing that shop was such a massive deal. Perhaps should have been constructed a little bit earlier.
Happy
Kodo
gets
Beast.
the first Kodo, gets the second Kodo. What a swing in supply.
Doesn't have web, obviously.
Have web,
Oh, that's
the
key.
the statue arriving there at the Undead Army. This is huge.
Only one heal wave.
He's
Perhaps
using
pop
the
it soon.
statue for both. Normally it only does one, but if you micro it, you can get both health and mana.
SH. There's a Nova, I think. I guess there isn't. He's close to it, though. Blade
Statue
Master.
gets abused by the Blade here, who has Invul, Windwall, Heal Scroll. Wyvern getting focus fired by the Lich. Healthy hero still for Happy.
Wyvern is gone with the next attack. Getting coil. No one on the Blade Master.
Doesn't have dust.
Doesn't have dust anymore.
Oh, wow.
The Shadow Hunter must be healed up by this point. He went back to the base, but Happy stays at the expansion, still has some firepower and takes out the peons here. They have to evacuate this expansion.
Look at that Lich, by the way. It's a freaking machine gun. He's got like gloves, claws,
But the heroes are coming back. They're healing
double
up.
gloves, claws, orb, and parry after.
There's a Nova soon in 15 mana points, and then could be the end for the Blade Master. There's no invul on him, if I'm not mistaken. There is one on the Lich.
War Stomp. There is a second War Stomp.
That was the nuke. But
There's
the
no
Blade
coil,
Master-
apparently. Is there a coil? How much longer? The DK's chasing. There's the coil. Long range. He gets the hero kill. Usually it would be the first hero, but actually the SH is the first hero. He's now next on the menu. Has to run. There's more healing for him. DK doesn't have more healing. Did the Dark Ranger perhaps bring mana potion? I don't think she did.
There are 2 War Stomps available. That was numero uno. Now Banshee is going to get focus fires. Headhunters deal bonus damage to it.
Buyback.
Blade Master has been purchased back, costs about 510 gold at this point. Very expensive joke.
But now the undead heroes are starting to get low. DK is
One
trying to
man.
run away, but the aura is not on the units. I guess that's there on the list. Coil comes in. Stomp just...
Purge.
Oh my god.
He's gonna get this.
He's
He
got
gets the
the TP.
purge again,
He
and
cannot
he's
get-
dead.
Forces are
He
under
cannot
attack.
give the TP to Lich on time. He greeted out a little bit, trying to get auto attack damage there.
He
on
has-
the Shadow.
He has the gold for the Lich. Okay.
No lumber.
Ah, yeah, that's true. And now he has to TP out. No Lich means no fight, no orb. He can't fight this anymore.
I thought he had it.
Unbelievable.
Man, Lin holds on.
Lin proves to be so
The Shadow
resilient.
Hunter first.
He's trying to run all his heroes away in the fight, taking down a few units, suffering so many losses, but by the skin of his teeth, runs away with his heroes over and over, healing them up, getting back in the fray. And keep in mind, if Lin lets up even for a second, all his peons will die, they will turn into skeletons, and they will turn against the Great Hall that they used to bring tributes of gold to. So Lin was not allowed to even leave for 5 seconds in full. He continued to present a small token defense while mustering his forces and remarshalling everything, regrouping. And in this way, he really played it great.
The ball seems to be in his court here. The DK gets caught outside of the base. The Stomp is going to be coming in, but no, actually, he was silent, but there is the invul. He will survive thanks to this, but I think the surround, no, it doesn't stick. He gets away. Ensnares not ready at the moment, still cooling down, looking for more targets. One Banshee has been eaten with a Death Pact. Other than that, no kills have been accomplished, but now with the Purge, with the Ensnares, more kills will be happening. And Happy is against the ropes.
One statue goes down. A Banshee also. Lich is not yet back. The machine gun.
Needs that Lich for the minus armor. The Orb of Corruption is so mandatory for the undead army.
Why is he committing so hard?
How long until the Lich comes back? The altar's producing away.
Only a couple of seconds. Is he overcommitting to this?
Will he pop out
Yes,
in the middle?
in a bad position. May get surrounded here. He's trying to. The Blitz is back. He can eat something for Nova. He has Dark Ritual as we saw before. There's a silence. He can't heal himself anymore. TP on 10 HP. transferred at the last second.
The Raiders! The Raiders are
that?
not in position. But what was the tower attacking? Is there something else still left
Hunter
behind?
was there.
What is it? Oh. Wow. How many acolytes did he kill? 2 at least. 2. Okay. Lin did okay. He killed a number of statue, banshee,
Was
and
it
so on.
necessary to be so aggressive? That looked like a risk he didn't need to take.
Yeah, I feel like what he's doing is making sure that he's the attacker, and then when he TPs out, he creates space and distance and time between him and Happy. That means that he can lick his wounds. He can get his solve, his clarity. Whereas when Happy is the attacker, he never gets that time. So I like using his money and throwing it away to kill a little bit of Happy's money because Lin has a lot more.
Main gold mines are down. This is the final fight already. He could unsummon something, but that takes time, and of course that clock ticks in favor of Lin. Statues again, and snared, focus, taken out of this game, no regen anymore.
He's going for the edge again. He has to go for these Hail Mary hero kills, and he may be able to. He has still cooldown on the heal wave, and that is the kill. The Lich, the DPS monster, gets the kill.
Now all he's got to do is kill Raiders, because Hex is the greatest long-distance chasing tool. And of course, don't lose your Lich.
He gets the coil in time, but that's the last one. The surround sticks, the Lich can't get out, the invul is not there, and he will lose the hero. GG! Lin takes the game. Korea takes the clan war in one of the craziest series we've seen in recent memory. Shadow Hunter first.
Lin was the carry at WCA China versus Korea, and Lin is the savior.
Lin is God.
Lin is the savior here today as well. Lalite is proud, Lin is God. But what a series this was.
Yeah, with that, the Koreans stand triumphant and Happy. He fought so well. But Lin is the one that will take it all home. And he couldn't have done so in a more RTS manner. Micro, macro, surprise, variety, expansions. Lin has it all.
Yeah, we have seen it all, really.
The perfect player here, opening with 3 different heroes. Shadowhunter, Blade Master, and Farseer.
I wonder, like, maybe some guys at Liquipedia can look it up when it was the last time that we saw this, or if must have been the first time ever. I can't remember this at all.
Well, you know, just like his countrymate Lalite, he opens with 3 different heroes.
Yeah.
Lalite used Warden, Keeper, and Demon Hunter.
Yeah, just to give us the variety here.
The value of the surprise, and then of course you have to make sure you play it well, and he did.
Lin and Happy are joining us here at the broadcast before, at the last interview we have. Guys, an unbelievable series. We've seen it all here. We started on Turtle Rock, right? Was it Turtle Rock?
Started on Turtle.
Yeah.
Crazy game. It was really tough to call who was in the lead. Both of you took it back many times. Just first of all, big congratulations to the both of you for some beautiful Warcraft 3.
Thank you.
And congrats to Lin for winning as well.
Thank you.
That first game, Lin, you open up with a Farseer.
Yep.
But you never went for the Acolyte Harass. You just used it to have extra firepower to defend your early expansion.
Right. It's like Grubby meta.
Well,
long time ago, you used a lot.
It
like
was
this.
a little bit smarter because you didn't play maybe quite as expected. You went for the expansion.
Yep.
I like the double barracks.
Oh, really?
You know, you can't get to tier 3, you don't have time, so you need more anti-air. You got the head tinters. But Happy, you did something very amazing as well. You open up with the Crypt Fiend opening, but you were fantastic during this game with scouting, with skeletons. You saw the creep attempt by Lin with the Farseer on the red spot, and you went right away with level 1 DK.
Yeah, but I couldn't do it much anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Well, you stopped Lin from expanding for a long time, because there were still 2 ogres there. You made him run around the map.
Yeah, well, maybe.
And then it get to the later stage of the game. 1 Lich, many destroyers, killing all the acolytes, killing the base.
Well, I got like plenty of times. My Lich survived at least twice,
Yeah.
so...
You never got to hear your favorite death sound of the game.
Yeah, I won't be repeating it now.
You won't be.
Maybe off screen.
I was going to ask you, but you will not let me throw you under the bus.
Second map then was Terran Stand LV. How often did you practice that map, Lynn, to get the creep route at the south?
Oh,
You
just
can practice because it's on new map pool.
no.
But this-
Just I came here and then I have a lot of time for practice, and then I like to play like this. It's a little bit cheat, like cheat, like with towers.
Testing tricks.
Yeah. So
So the watchtower on
just
top of
have
the
a
hill.
look where I can make watchtower, and then I find out one spot.
The mind of an orc.
Yeah.
Happy, you saw the watchtower. What did you think?
Actually, before I seen the watchtower, I seen the zeppelin in the bottom left.
Ah.
So I thought it would be a drop or something.
And
And
it
then-
was.
Huh?
And it was.
Yeah,
Beyond
well,
drop.
so I was like unsure should I go without teleport or not. And then I seen the tower. In fact, I actually placed my ziggurats wrong, so there was an opening,
Yeah.
so I could actually walk in. and shoot. It was not intended.
We were talking about that actually. The first cigarette was a little too high, right?
Yeah.
You went for the
Technically a new map for me. Can't say that I practiced. Like I played on it, of course, and I know the drops, but
your
just-
early game was not the best,
yeah, well, yeah, exactly.
and then you lost 3 crypt fiends and a town portal. Basically, the game should be GG, no?
Yeah. I
But
think. But it's happy.
Yeah, just transition into goals. Why not?
and so the first set of goals died pretty easily, but somehow you got enough units to go to Linnet's expansion and have a really good fight. And then, surprised us all, you have a counter expansion.
Well, I expected Lin to sit down or something, or maybe just do small harassment, so I would have time to go for mass benches.
Lynn, when did you find out about Happy's counter expansion?
With Zeppelin, I scouted,
Oh, that one.
and then you made gold mine. Cause usually he like to make gold mine, make expansion versus orc. So I just expect. So I scouted.
And then you attacked right away.
Yeah, I think after he made gold mine, he should be 50 population. So I was 60 something. Just go attack.
Yeah. And when you attacked, you had 70 already. He was still on 60, planning a master Banshee transition. Looking back, Happy, do you feel it was the right choice going for mass Banshee?
Well, considering it's normally a GG after losing so many fiends, so yeah, it was a good, because if I could have secured a lot of benches, I would probably have chances. It
Yeah.
depends.
Yeah, it sounds like the truth. You just needed a little bit more time, but Lynn didn't give it.
Yeah.
And then the final game, Shadow Hunter Harass without barracks. To hex the DK when he kills the creep to remove the XP.
Yeah, but I got the creeps. So
Well, you lost the XP from the ogre.
Yeah, the first one.
but I got the creeps, but not XP.
Yeah. Shadow Hunter first. Is this one of your super special secret strategies? Now no longer a secret? Or were
No.
having some
I
fun?
like to play first Shadow Hunter, and then before I start this match, I prepared like first hero, maybe one of game is Fasher, and then one of game is Blade Master gonna be Blade Master, and then maybe last game will be Shadow Hunter or something.
Very cool. And it worked.
An unbelievable series. I think you made a lot of people very, very happy. And yeah, that's it. Korea wins the clan war. Congrats to you guys. Thank you for joining us here. Thank you for being here. We will see you guys on your streams, I guess, for more Warcraft in the future with the new patch very, very soon. Grubby, thank you for joining us on the broadcast and of course the Legends tournament as well. That's it here from Irvine. Those are the last minutes. If you guys have any shout-outs, you can give them now.
Well, I don't know. Thanks for watching and enjoy Warcraft 3.
Yeah, for me this is so meaningful. I can play with legend players, and then European players can enjoy with Blizzard guys. It was so good, so exciting. Yeah, thank you very much.
And same for me. One of the most amazing events I've been to recently. Feels great. Meeting everyone, playing some games with all these fellows here. It's just been a great time, and meeting you guys more properly for the first time as well has been amazing. Neo, Remo Demo, you kept this scene, you helped keep this scene alive for such a long time, and here we are at this event. Who could have known?
Yeah.
It's an unbelievable feeling. It's very rare that we see each other, but every time we see each other, it's a great vibe. It feels like Feels like a little family reunion. Doesn't matter if it's in Shanghai or in Irvine or whatever. This was the start. This was Blizzard's presentation of patch 1.29 and the new map pool and the new features. Hopefully this is the start of something big. This is the start of many more events to come. Grubby, the winner of the Legends Tournament. South Korea, winner of the Clanwar. You guys out there are all winners, I guess. We are winners because we have witnessed amazing Warcraft. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave us some feedback. And that's it, guys.
Thanks for watching. Have a great week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.